down and we are live. I'm going to pull up comments.
Hey guys.
We are working on this buffet. I will show you guys a before picture. Give me a second. I need to... What was I doing in the picture for the preview? Okay, let's see. Zeb, you talk to him. I'm going to look up the before picture of this.
So you guys have seen us do decoupage with napkins, but we wanted to try doing something fun. Jamie picked out this floral. We went to like 18 different stores to find this. And man, yeah, you would think that wrapping paper would be easy to find. Everything was like stars or Star Wars.
Or polka dots.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the before. Can you guys see that? It wasn't too bad, but it was like, oops, it was like mustard with like weird cheetah distress. Hey, Crystal. And like a really bad, messy glaze job. Definitely wasn't me. So I went ahead and painted it. It looks greener than it is, but I went and painted it with milk paint and patina. If you're not like confident in milk paint, this is also very close to Old 57 by DIY Paint. So I just wanted something bright that would go with my papers. Zeb's going to show you the paper we found. We went to how many stores, Zeb? Like 12?
No, I told him, I exaggerated and told him like 18, but it probably realistically was 12.
So we went to Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Target, Walmart, Deseret Book.
These are not the preferred scissors, but they're what I could find for the live.
And then Hallmark. So we went to like 7 stores.
Yeah. So what I'm doing, I'm just cutting this close. I don't need this to be exact. We are going to sand this down over the edges once it's all done and smooth it out and look like it's been there for as long as the paint has been there.
No, I don't. I want it to be smaller than the door.
Oh, okay. So Jamie wants it to be smaller than the door.
If you flip it over the other side, there's a grid system.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we went to...
Don't mind my hair cutting scissors. Just ignore it.
Jack used those last week on his hair.
Yeah, right on his bangs.
So we went to all those stores trying to find this wrapping paper. You would think that floral wrapping paper would not be hard.
No, we couldn't find it anywhere. And then we ended up with this. And I don't know that I love the gold on here, but it works. Because we've got yellow.
You own it. Own that gold.
Because we've got yellow on the piece. You can see this fun original color.
We're covered. All the yellow will be covered. We just didn't paint the middle.
We brought some of it back through.
Yeah, let me pull up comments here.
So yeah, I'm not worried about being super accurate with this. Oh, rip. That's okay. You want to go get the liquid patina?
It is right here. I'm like...
You're already ready?
I'm ready for you. I'm going to pull up comments though.
Okay.
Live chat.
People who actually do decoupage on a regular basis
Jacob
probably
Olson, isn't that your cousin?
Rolling their eyes. I don't know. There's a lot of Olsons out there, and there's a lot of Jacobs out there.
Well, he says he has 2 Jami Ray videos going. One is the live, and one is Zeb telling him how to use Bondo.
Sweet. That's a good video.
See, everybody's just saying hi. Oh, Dollar Tree, where she lives, has a bunch of pretty wrapping paper.
Oh, we should have
We
hit
did
that
not
up.
try Dollar Tree. This is from Hallmark. Vintage wallpaper would be nice.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, but we didn't have any.
All right, Jimmy. I think we're ready. I think I've got this trimmed
What did
down.
you miss? Gwen, you haven't missed anything. So all he did, if you're just tuning in, this is wallpaper that Zeb's cut down to kind of fit the drawer. Doesn't have to be perfect because we'll distress it when we're all done. And disclaimer, we've never done this before with wallpaper.
With wrapping paper. This is wrapping paper.
Everybody says they love the Bondo video.
Sweet.
And somebody said they did a table with the exact same paper last week. Sweet. Then you must have good taste. I just like the colors in this one. I want floral. Okay, so we're gonna take
Here,
liquid patina.
You can do this part. Get the liquid patina on there.
All right. So I've got
show them what you're working
my
with.
Wooster foam brush. If you don't have one of these, get one. We'll put the link to Amazon in the description. And we're using the liquid patina, which is by DIY Paint. It's a sealer, decoupage, gel, transfer gel, everything all in one. And you can get that on our website.
You put that on the whole thing.
On the whole thing. Yeah, it's okay if it gets everywhere because it dries quick. Okay, did I do good?
I think so.
Do I need to put more, you think?
No, we'll put a lot on when we go over the top. This just needs to tack it down to the drawer.
I think, yeah, but I think you need to have, because you can't go back.
Go back over the top.
Yeah, but you gotta have it underneath. That's what sticks it.
That's what the brayer's for.
All right.
Tell them about this.
So this is the brayer that came from Mod Podge. We'll put a link for that too. It just smooths it out and gets rid of the wrinkles, although there's tons of wrinkles. I don't know what you're doing.
That's the paint underneath.
Oh, that's the paint underneath. Well, it is a little.
It's got like 83 layers of paint underneath.
Rachel says that she's literally cutting out napkins to decoupage.
Nice.
The paper is from Hallmark. If we can find a link, we'll get you one. Surprisingly enough, lots of stores. I thought with it being wedding season that there would be floral wrapping paper everywhere. Zero. This was the only good stuff. Actually, Hallmark had 3 different contenders. I picked this one because I liked the blues.
So this brayer is awesome. Like this stuff is already, I mean, if I were to try to take this off already, it wouldn't come up. It would just peel up in like nasty sections.
Blossom Sembeno said that her son is setting up a farm and he needs poop for the animals. So guess what she's making out of clay? You're a good mom. How do I get rid of the comments? I can't see you guys. I don't know. Hit the arrow.
The arrow on the bottom, yeah.
Oh, Melinda bought pretty floral wrapping paper at Hobby Lobby 4 days ago. Well, our Hobby Lobby had nothing, 0 good things.
Okay, so that is on there.
It's a little wrinkly.
Shh.
They don't need to know?
We're going to distress it. It'll help with distress in the wrinkle
No,
spots.
but are we going to let it dry, distress it, and then put the top coat on there?
I would let it dry a little bit more. Let's do another one over here.
Okay. We're moving to California hopefully in 2 years, David. I'm not ready to announce it, but I'm 99.9% sure I have a retail space in California.
Here, why don't you get off
Okay.
the chair and sit on the floor so people can see you?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm okay. So I'm 99.9% sure I have a retail space. I've been working with a lady in Fallbrook. So hopefully in like a month, I'll be out in California getting that set up. And then we're going to be looking for property and moving. My oldest boy has to graduate from high school first. That's what we're waiting for.
But we'll be in project mode. Like once we're going to be looking for a piece of property here. Probably hope to secure that by the end of the year.
So Crystal says, small tip for decoupage. When putting on the paper, hold it by the edges and let the middle drop to touch the middle of the drawer. Make sure it's lined up. Then work your way out from the middle.
There you go.
We'll try it on the next drawer. See how it goes. We're going to be distressing this, and then I'll probably dark wax or light wax or something. So
Yeah, we're gonna make it look old.
perfection is not going to be necessary for this decoupage job. Zeb was going to hand paint some flowers, but I was like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Actually, she was like, hey, she showed me a picture from Pinterest, and she was like, do you think you could do this? And I was like, yeah, how much time do I got?
Zeb is good at all things crafty. We were at Target today, and we were looking for wallpaper, and I'm like, oh, Zeb, look, those calligraphy pens. Do you want those? And this lady, like, pops around the corner, ooh, I'd love to have those. And then she looks at Zeb like, he's the one that wants them? And I'm like, yes, he's a crafty guy.
But I was still in my paint clothes, so you know.
Making a U shape. What the heck is David Connor saying? Sure the heck not. I don't know. Happenstance says that she just did the inside of cabinet doors with a roll of paper in the scrapbook section she got at Hobby Lobby.
Nice. Yeah, we were in a hurry. We did not shop the whole store. We had wrapping paper on the brain.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to have to match seams. That's why I went with wrapping paper. But we didn't go live on Saturday because Zeb, should we tell them your story?
Sure. You know how like when I posted that I was editing that video, the Bondo video, I edited in a mall in Flagstaff and uploaded it in the same mall because my sister's truck, we were going down to my grandpa's funeral and her truck broke down. The transmission just died. Third and fourth gear were just gone. The clutch plates all just burned up. So my dad came up with my uncle's truck and a trailer because my dad's from Texas and he didn't have any of that, so we borrowed my uncle's stuff. We drove it down to my brother and sister's house in Tucson, which was close to where the funeral was at. And then my other brother and I worked on it we were all there. We were all in on it, my dad and all my brothers, and it's like 5 guys working on this transmission. But really it was my brother Ty because the dude's crazy.
The camera, they can't see your face. There you are, you're so cute.
Anyway, dude's crazy. So we fixed that, got it running, took us 2 days, didn't make it home for Mother's Day like I had planned,
Let's back this up
which is a sore spot.
Let's back this up a little bit. Zeb was going to his grandfather's funeral, which was kind of a decision made after, like, he wasn't going to go, and then he decided to go. And then I realized it was Mother's Day weekend. I said, don't go, because they were going to drive over 24 hours of driving in under 48 was the initial plan. That's never a good plan. I'm like, I don't have a good feeling about this. He didn't tell me for an hour after the transmission died that it actually happened, because he knew I was going to say, I told you not to go.
I was going to get that phone.
But I didn't say I told you so.
No, I've just been hearing it with your eyes.
You couldn't even see my eyes. And so on Saturday, he's like, well, we'll get it fixed and we'll get up there. I knew there was no way that was going to happen. So
actually, we did get it fixed. And
we didn't get it fixed. It broke down again on the way home. And when his brother's
It made it all the way back to Flagstaff from Tucson before it broke again.
So Saturday night, I was all sour grapes because he wasn't going to make it home like he said he would. He finally got home at 3 a.m. last night. So that's why I wasn't live on Saturday. I was going to go live with Harrington, but...
All right, so I pulled it tight.
I'm not done with my story.
Press my edges. We're on to decoupaging. They know the truck broke down.
The truck broke down, and I spent Mother's Day without my husband.
It's really about the kids, though, right?
No, it's about you taking care of the kids so I can have some time off.
We're having a redo next week. It'll be all right.
I'll let you know how that goes. The moral of the story is, I knew what was going to happen. Their family has an interesting track record with vehicles. Or they just take a lot of road trips.
What we should have done is just taken our Suburban.
No. Or the new car. All right, I don't think that's sticking very good, sweetie. I don't think you put enough on there.
I got a lot on there. Don't worry about it. It's not coming off. By the time we put more on the top, it will not be coming off.
Pam says, you're in trouble missing Mother's Day, and Harrington says, oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant for those left behind.
My son Harrington, who's on here, gave a talk in church on Mother's Day, and he said some really nice things about me. The only problem was that Jack was being a stinker, and I could only hear like 50% of it. So had Zeb been there, he would have taken Jack out, and I could have heard his talk. So, but he did say a lot of really nice things. Kim says women's intuition will get the hubby every time. Zeb, actually, like, seriously, how often am I correct? Like when I
don't bet against her.
He just didn't
She's like,
care.
do you want to bet? Do you want to bet that this is what's going to happen? I just always tell her no.
We have another bet going that you'll be sick by Wednesday.
Because
He didn't sleep all weekend, and he was like hugging on people. So if he has a cold on our Saturday Night Live, you'll know that I also predicted that. I hope
it's allergies. It's allergy season.
It's allergies.
All right.
Heather said that her husband accidentally planned a fishing trip to Alaska over your 50th. Okay, that's bad news. And also this is the first holiday we have not spent together in almost 17 years of marriage. So
hey, don't tear up.
duly noted. I'm not tearing up.
Okay.
And I'm not bitter.
Not at all. Okay, where are you hiding the? Oh, here we go.
I'm not hiding anything.
This is dry. Like I'm not getting anything here, so I'm gonna put another coat. This is the first one that I did.
Brad, the green is Sweet Pickens Patina, and you could also use DIY and Old 57 would get the same color.
Yeah.
I didn't have any Old 57. Some people ask me like why I decide what paint to use. Sometimes it's simply, well, I like all my paints that I carry, and it's what I have on hand. I also wanted it to go chippy, which it didn't really do, but it's got, Zeb will show you, it's got some really cool
let me show you the crackle.
But I think the crackle wasn't the paint. I think it's the paint and the fact that this had like a wax.
It had like some weird wax or something on it that we got off a little bit when we cleaned, but look what it did to this. It got like we did not add the crackle to this, which we have stuff that will make the paint do this, but it just did it all on its own on the whole top and the sides.
It's such good crackle and on the side. So Heather said, she's the one whose husband did the 50th trip to Alaska, said that her birthday week turned into birthday year. Zeb should tell you what I did all week. I kept buying things.
Man, every time I turned around, there was a new picture in the family feed of something Jamie had bought.
I was trying to make myself wallow in my self-pity there.
So to kind of give you an idea.
Oh, cool! It kind of spread some of the paint.
Yeah, when I put that second coat up on the top, it moved some of the dye in the. I don't know if I'll be able to get that back out.
Yeah, we'll leave that like that. So yeah, when we put the liquid patina, it pulled off some of the dye and smeared it onto the piece, which I like. And this piece has like 53 coats of paint on it, so when we distress it, we're getting like all these fun colors. There's like a dark blue and a red and a yellow coming through.
And when we sand that back through, like these edges won't be crisp like that. We'll pretty much sand those until they're kind of part of the whole piece.
Part of the look, yeah, for sure. We want it to look distressed. We want it to look like we hand painted it.
Oh, do you want to talk about the international shipping debacle?
Oh, yeah, you guys, we are supposed to have international shipping available now, and for some reason our website isn't working. But the problem is the guy that does our international shipping is in Pennsylvania, so by the time I realized it wasn't working, he's left for work. But I promise first thing in the morning, I will get on the phone, I will make sure it's working, and I will let you guys know in community, on the Jami Ray Vintage group on Facebook, and on Insta stories as soon as we've got it figured out. We thought that it was working, but we couldn't test it because he told us that it like reads your IP address and then it lets you check out for that country. Well, obviously we live in the United States, so we couldn't check it out. But we will get it figured out because I am determined and dedicated to get you guys these products. You probably should have done that before you.
I already did this, but I had a spot that lifted when I put the second coat on, so I'm just trying to tack it
Sometimes
down.
when it dries, it sucks it down though.
Yeah, and it hardens the whole top anyway, so.
Although she said, she must say, over Mother's Day, he took 9 of our kids camping so I could go down and visit
9
my mom.
kids?
That's a lot.
9? Wow.
Let's see. Jamie said that her husband spent all day in the basement playing Fortnite. Guess he didn't get the memo. Zeb doesn't have a choice. The memo, I know you guys think I'm all quiet and shy. But Zeb, even if I said nothing, he could read it, the look on my face.
Like I told you, I could hear everything you were saying through your eyes.
Through my eyes. And you couldn't even see my eyes. You just knew what they were looking like. That's looking cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be neat. Let me pull you back a little bit so you guys
I
can
almost
see.
did like the royal blue and did like Hey Sailor, but
I think it would have made it too
it
dark.
would have been too dark, and I'm going to come back with white wax because I want it to look, you know, farmhouse because that's my jam. Where's the knobs? You want to show them the knobs? Okay.
Oh yeah.
These were already on here. We haven't distressed them yet, but they've got like cool texture.
So they're
Heather
just.
has 14 total, 5th grand on the way. Holy cow.
My mom comes from a family of 14, but it's like a blended family. They two separate families.
We got 5 and we're good. We got a high five. All right, then I don't know why I just did that. That wasn't very special. Malia said she just began painting her first sitting chair and she loves us and Debbie. Thanks for being inspiring. My blue clock, I have no clue, but if I was to say what color it was closest to, I would say Sweet Pickens denim. Very close to Sweet Pickens denim. But the clock was that color when we
got it, yeah. All right, I need you to scooch.
Am I in your way? Okay.
Don't knock that over.
Oh! We're good. Zeb's doing this because I think if I did it, I'd probably lose my mind. He's better at lining things up. Yeah, it's a brayer. That's what the roller's called. It's by Mod Podge. When we're done, I'll have them put the link because it comes in a pack with the squeegee and the brayer. And the squeegee, if you guys have watched our videos, we use all the time for distressing. So it's like a 2-for-1, and it's only like $6. And if you have Amazon Prime, it's free shipping. So definitely worth it. We have 2 packages.
You guys see how accurate I'm being here?
Shelly says, what's going on to the yellow sections? This is wallpaper from the Hallmark store.
It's wrapping paper.
Oh, not wallpaper. Wrapping paper. I'm sorry. I'm ready. Zeb came in at like 3 a.m. This is what happened last night. I have not, see, he didn't sleep. I didn't sleep either because I was stressed all weekend about him being safe and coming home and all that kind of stuff. So last night, about 2 a.m., I finally gave it up because I kept waking up. So I called him and he was super tired driving. So of course I had to talk to him till like 2:45 till he actually got home. And then he got home and we hadn't seen each other for 2 days and really hadn't talked. So then we talked for like, I don't know, 30 more minutes till we both fell asleep.
I think I was asleep for all of that.
You were not asleep for all of that. You were talking too. Every time I doze off, you'd start like, oh, I forgot to tell you this. It's what happens when you're used to spending like every day together and then you spend 3 days apart. There's a lot of things to talk about. But anyways, so we were up till like 3 a.m. So I'm pretty tired because the kids woke us up, what, like 7 this morning? I don't know.
Well, they were getting ready for school.
They're getting ready for school. And of course they needed us. I don't know why they need us. It's like we're their parents or something.
So back to the international shipping. I think it'll let you guys make a cart if you're real excited about it, and then we'll let you know when it's up and running and good to go. It should be tomorrow.
Crystal said she could tell I'm losing weight. You guys want to know a secret? We stopped.
Oh.
We stopped doing keto.
Let's be honest. Jamie stopped doing keto, and Zeb was doing keto to help Jamie do keto.
And Zeb was like, Jamie's not doing keto.
I was
I'm
like,
not doing
dang,
keto.
bring me those donuts right now.
He was so bad. I'm still trying to eat well. I'm just not doing keto. But the first night that we weren't doing keto anymore, I had like a turkey, bacon, tomato sandwich. And he had a big old ice cream sundae, like this big with a cookie underneath it with caramel all over the top. He went out of keto, like way far out of keto.
It's all right. We've been running. We've been doing running.
Yeah, we've been running
Which is
and
my
doing...
preferred method of losing weight. Eat everything you possibly want. Exercise more.
Yeah, so I'm not doing keto anymore, but I am still like working on my physique. So thanks for noticing, Crystal. All right, we're doing suicides. Do you guys ever do suicides where you like run and go back and then run and then go back? We're doing them on the tennis courts in our neighborhood. I'm really old and out of shape. All right, let's read comments. I know I missed them. Oh, keto is the diet. Yep, we didn't do that. This is the first time
We made it a week, and Jamie was... What really happened is she started messing up a bunch of orders because her brain was all foggy.
Shh, don't tell people that.
It's all fixed.
There was a few orders where I didn't ship everything, and I forgot to order a few things. I made it all correct. Everything was fine, but I'm such a, like, I like to get things done correctly, especially where orders are concerned, and I was like, I can't do a diet if my brain doesn't work 195% because I have people to take care of. All right, so we put, it's not Mod Podge, we use the liquid patina, kind of like you would a Mod Podge. It's by DIY Paint. And then we put the wrapping paper over the top, and then we used the brayer, which is the roller, and then we did the liquid patina over again, which the liquid patina is great because it works like a Mod Podge, but it's also a sealer. So it will, you know how sometimes you see Mod Podge projects and they start peeling off after a while? The liquid patina is like a better quality Mod Podge. Like it really, when we're all done, we'll do like 2 more coats of liquid patina, and that paper ain't coming off.
It'll be nice and sealed too against anything.
Which colors would you suggest? Okay, so I love all the paint lines. I can't tell you which paint line, you know, I could be here all day talking about colors. My favorite colors are like the light blues and the light greens. In Sweet Pickins, I love Pantry Door and Sweetie Jane. And in DIY, I love Apothecary. I also really love Mint Chip, and Skeleton Key is one of my favorites. And in the Fairy Chalk Mother, oh my gosh, Fairy Chalk Mother has the most colors. And I love, gosh, what's that one? Harbor is good.
Harbor is a favorite.
Blue
Jamint
green.
is named after you, but
Jamint is named after me, but I don't really use it much anymore. Blue green. I also love like the buttery yellows. So in Fairy Chalk Mother, I love blonde. I like butter in Sweet Pickins, and I like cake batter. Those are real in DIY. And then also in the DIY paint, Bohemian Blue. Like if you love jewel tones, Bohemian Blue, gorgeous. So those would be my picks that weren't like white or black. And I would suggest like ordering some grays and neutrals just so that way you can get varying tones.
Yeah,
So,
you get a few neutral colors. You can take 3 or 4 colors and make them into 10.
yeah, for sure. They all mix really well. They play well together. So there's my picks. Hopefully that helps you out. I promise I will get the international shipping thing figured out.
Hopefully tomorrow morning.
And I would say it definitely will be cheaper if you're buying, like I would get all the things you want at once because I have a flat rate to ship it to my hub, and then my hub sends it out. So if you're buying like one thing, I don't think it's going to be cost effective, but if you're buying like 3 or 4
If
things.
you stock up for the year, you'll be good.
Well, I don't think you need to stock up for the years. I'm just saying it'll be less per item the more that you order.
Who doesn't want all their paint at once? Come on.
Keto down. That's what Shelley said. What about my cookies? Oh.
They came and then they went back.
You know, they didn't go back. My neighbor's doing keto. I donated the cookies to him.
I thought you were going to send them back.
No, I gave them to Painter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, what's his first name?
Isaac.
And I also gave him the keto, the test strips that you pee on to tell if you're in ketosis. I was like, here you go. Let's see. Keto is hard. Instead of hardcore keto, try low carb or lazy keto. I am doing low carb. Today, I'm only going to have 1 piece of cheesecake. And I didn't, Deb was gonna make pancakes for dinner, and instead we had eggs and bacon sandwiches.
All right, I'm trying to go all profesh. You see how this little pinkish purple flower lines up there? You know, trying to do this the right way, like we know what we're doing here.
Running for the donut, yes, I'm definitely running for the donut. If you guys ever come to Lehi, you have to do two things. You have to go to Molly's Forget-Me-Not, where I sell my stuff, and you have to go to Lehi Bakery on Main Street. Hands down, best donuts ever had in my life. Get a maple one.
If you weren't a fat kid, you will be after you have a donut, because you're going to need like 6.
Yeah, and Zeb's famous there. I
don't know about that.
I sent him to go get me a donut at like 6:30. He'd taken our son to seminary, which is like Bible study, and he was in his paint pajamas, hadn't showered for 3 days. There were paint all over his PJs. And he goes into the Lehi Bakery, and the lady goes, "You're Zeb from Jami Ray Vintage." And he's like, "Oh, I was hoping not to be seen."
I was like, oh, the donut shop, I can hit that up, no problem.
Jody says she'll make me cookies if I teach her all the good stuff. Zeb's cousin asked us to go to Colorado, and Zeb's like, probably not. we're kind of busy. Okay, Jen in Minnesota, Jen Pickin. Loving the makeup. Well, I just slapped a bunch on there. I actually was watching my friend live on Facebook, and I painted. It's like painting your face is like painting furniture, but thank you. Bohemian Blue all the way, Jamie says. What's the shipping to Australia? I don't know. I'm thinking
we
like,
were not able to test it. We're hoping
based off of their scale, somewhere between $30, $40-ish. That's why I'm saying like order more, so that way. When I calculated it, it was still cheaper than if I just tried to ship directly to Australia, which the last time I looked it up to ship like paint was like $95. So this place, what they do is I ship it to them, and they ship in bulk all over the world, and they get discounts because they ship so much, so it's cheaper to use them. And Sasha from Sweet Pickens uses them, and she says they've been amazing. And that is the only reason I went through them.
Everything is ultra insured.
Yeah, only reason I went through them is because they had her stamp of approval. And Sasha and I have been friends for a lot of years. And I know that she's so careful about what she does, so I decided to go with that company. Are we moving to California for good? I don't know.
Are we ever anywhere for good?
We're raised.
Here,
we're like gypsies.
Yeah,
we're gonna switch. So you can go on this side?
Oh, I think it's your turn.
No, I'm answering comments. You're doing so good. You're like the decoupage master.
I don't know, I feel like it's all gonna flake off when I'm done.
This roller is from Mod Podge. It's a brayer. We'll put the link for Amazon. It definitely, with the liquid patina, it's a match made in heaven. What will you charge for the dresser? So this is actually like a waterfall buffet, and it'll probably be like
Alright, come sit back over here.
$3.95.
Sorry, guys.
Waterfall buffets don't sell for as much as like the leggy ones, but I still will ask $3.95. Depends on how cool it looks.
The thing about these, you can fit so much stuff in these. We used to have one. Jamie fit like all of our paint that we used on a daily basis in one of these, and a ton of craft supplies.
We put our entire books in one side. Like they actually have, so if you need a piece for storage, I mean, you could put a ton in there. Ours had one more drawer in ours, but yeah, these have a ton of storage. That's why I like these waterfall buffets, but they're kind of boring. So that's why it's like the perfect idea when you find waterfall furniture to either put like an IOD transfer like we sell, or put wallpaper, do a fun color, add some interest to it, because if you paint it white, it's just, bleh. They're just boring. They need fun. Jen Lynn's just tuning in. We're using wrapping paper from Hallmark.
And we are not worried about being careful with our lines.
Is it better to match it up, or, well, Zeb's matching it up like with this seam here.
Yeah, there's a little crease in here on the door, a little decorative piece here. So I just matched the seam when I cut it.
And we're not worrying about it being perfectly straight, because we're going to come back through and distress the edges.
She's going to sand it with the orbital, is what she's trying to tell you.
Yeah, we're going to, well, I don't know.
Hey, don't touch it, it's not dry.
We'll let you know what it looks like when we're done.
There'll be a picture in community for sure.
What makes me decide what to use, DIY patina, Sweet Pickens, or poly. So when I'm decoupaging, I use liquid patina 99.9% of the time, because I like it. So if I was using napkins, I think the Sweet Pickens top coat would be okay. But what I like about the liquid patina for this wrapping paper is it's thicker. So I feel like it adheres a little bit better than the thinner. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know what you think, Deb.
Yeah, it gets tacky real quick. Like if you spread it on evenly, like by the time you're ready to line your paper up, it's already starting to dry. So you got to kind of hurry a little bit.
Yeah, so I like the thicker for thicker surfaces, and then like if I was gonna do a napkin, like I said, you could use Sweet Pickens top coat, would work fine. I've never tried poly, so I don't know. Like I've used poly, but not on this application. Community, if you go to Jami Ray Vintage, across the top on our YouTube page, if you keep scrolling over, it'll say community. If you click on that, we usually post there 4 or 5 times a week. We'll post if we're going live or if we're not gonna go live. We'll post pictures, like if people want to see finished products, we'll put that on there. I posted a cute picture of me and my kids from Sunday.
We announced that the international shipping was up, and then it wasn't.
Yeah. So yeah, if you go to Jami Ray Vintage on YouTube, go across the top of the page, keep scrolling over to where you see community, click that, and you'll see all our posts. And it's also where you can comment and ask questions in YouTube. You can also join on Facebook. We have a group called the Jami Ray Vintage group. And that's where people share their projects, ask questions. Zeb and I interact as often as we can. It really is a great way to
There's a lot of people
great
on there
community.
that
Yeah,
know
a
a
lot
lot
of people.
about painting furniture too.
Yeah, and a lot of them know more than we do, so it's a good place. But be sure to answer the questions when you join the Facebook group, because if you don't, we won't add you. The questions basically are, don't advertise for your paint, because my page. And number 2 is always be nice, because we want everybody to be comfortable sharing and using, and we don't want anybody to feel like they can't be themselves.
It's a really friendly group. We got a lot of people who are painting their first piece for the first time ever and using products they've never used before, and they're asking for opinions, and everybody is always really nice.
I would totally use, somebody asked, it was Heidi, asked if I would use DIY on a bedroom door. Absolutely. We used DIY paint on our pantry door, and then we sealed it with Sweet Pickens top coat. It's held up great, and it looks really good. We used fairy chalk mother on our front door, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, gunmetal.
Yeah, gunmetal, and all we did was seal it with an outdoor UV sealant over the top. Looks great. Year and a half later. It's Chloe, one of Heather's 14 kids. She wanted to say hi.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, Peggy Mooney says she was raised as an Army brat and married a career Army officer. She moved 45 times. That's about as many times as Zeb moved.
No, we didn't. We moved like 18. if I count them all in the same city.
The blue flowers, OCD alert. You can't be OCD with our furniture because we're not. She says the blue flowers are lining up with the viewer left facing inside the buffet, and the other side will face the outside of the buffet. I don't know. There's like blue flowers over here, and there's blue flowers.
Are you saying I
over
should
here.
flip this? But I already got it done. Like that's the way the pattern goes.
Yeah, the pattern's pretty random. Actually, if you look over here, there's blue on this edge too.
That's all right. We'll just stress them off.
Yeah, we're definitely not good. Like if you're OCD, you
If it
definitely
makes your
can't
eye
buy our
twitch, look
furniture.
away quick.
Look away from the flowers. Let's see. I only get on Facebook once a week and go straight to the Jami Ray page. Nothing else matters.
Awesome.
Aw, that's sweet. The tabletop white clock. We sold that for 150, 200.
Oh, I don't even know.
That I think we sold it for anywhere between 150 and 200. I can't recall. It was a long time ago. My friend bought it.
Oh, the big
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Sherry said she sent me a picture on Insta of a similar cabinet she picked up for $17.50. I thought I got a good deal. I got this for $50. $17.50 is even better. Although this isn't like we didn't have to do any repairs.
Yeah,
They
this
said it was in project condition. I think what they meant was the paint job was ugly, because it was not project condition. It just needed to
The
be
paint job was latex and 3 different colors of it.
Yeah, people always ask me if you can paint directly over latex. Absolutely.
We just did.
We just did. We did add some bond to it.
It was a little gummy in a couple places, but we used the milk paint, and milk paint's it sticks.
Well, and if you wanted a perfect finish, you'd have to strip the latex. But since I'm going for like a textured, authentically old look.
Forgot to trim the bottom here.
Oh, it's alright. And since I wanted to look old, I wasn't worried about layers. And Sherry, I will check if I haven't responded to you, I don't know, I get a lot of messages. I try to respond to everybody. I'll respond to you later while I eat my cheesecake.
So were we not distressing this, I would have been much carefuler about how things lined up. But since Jami is going to basically round off all of the edges and make this look like this has been very naturally on here for years and years and worn with the rest of the wear that's on here, I'm not even going to sweat it.
Well, this is my problem. Sometimes you see decoupage on dressers and they make it exactly and it looks like a decoupage dresser. I want it to look as close to like it was painted on here as possible. So I'm really going to distress the edges. I'll probably come back through with some glaze or oil wax or something and then a white wax. So we'll see. I want it to get like a real old world look. They said that you're quick, takes me a few hours to do that. Kirsty said that.
But Kirsty, your stuff is beautiful.
Yeah, but if you did it, Kirsty, there probably wouldn't be all these bubbles in it.
Yeah, for sure. No bubbles.
Just say no to bubbles. But it's okay. It's gonna.
So that's pretty much the look there, guys. Oh, that won't close.
That's all right. We need to sand. What I'm gonna do too is I'll sand all the edges.
I don't know what happened there. Maybe I twisted it.
I don't know.
It's all right. We'll get it all working good.
All right.
Well, international shipping. Keep your eye out for
Ray
it.
is
Hopefully.
not my dad. Harrington Ray is my son.
Yeah.
My dad is Jack Harrington.
We named him. So fun story, real quick, before we sign off. Her dad, Jack Harrington, is the only son out of how many kids? 4? He has 3 sisters.
Yeah, he has 3 sisters.
And then he had 4 daughters, so there was really no one to carry on the family name. So we named our first son Harrington.
And it was actually Zeb's idea. And the last night,
I like my father-in-law.
Yeah, we love. Last son is named Jack after my father, and that's a funny story. Zeb, I was pregnant with Jack at the time, and he came home and he'd taken my Suburban and put black wheels on it.
Which,
Black.
it looks awesome.
And I was like, I am 34 years old at the time. I'm like, I am too old to be riding around with some pimped out Suburban with black wheels. Get those off of there. And we don't fight about a lot of things, but we didn't really talk for a couple days because he was not taking them off. And I was ready to sell them and get some stock wheels put on. He worked at Discount Tire at the time. He called all the stores and said, don't you take those wheels off my wife's car. And so I came to him with a plan and I said, Zeb, if you will just let me name this last baby whatever I want, I'll never complain about the wheels again. So I don't complain about the wheels. And my son, my last little Jack is named Jack Melvin after my dad, who's Jack Melvin. So we have a Harrington and we have a Jack.
It works because he's turning out to be a hellion.
And my dad's kind of a stinker, but we love him.
All right, guys. Well, watch for the community post. It'll probably be up tomorrow. We'll wrap this up and finish it up. International shipping, we will fix that because we were excited about it and we really wanted it to work, and then now we got this hiccup. So
somebody said, why is it called waterfall? The curved front right here is a waterfall front, like where the water would come over the edge of the waterfall. So it curves. So when you see furniture with this curved edge like this, that is waterfall furniture. And I think that's it. Somebody said she's wanting to buy paint from us to paint a chest and dresser. My bed is painted white, willing to change. My decor style I call coastal farmhouse. Any idea on color? So I would say leave your bed white. It definitely is coastal for coastal farmhouse. Try apothecary.
ooh, yeah, that's good.
It's like a soft kind of like blue-green sea foam. Very beautiful if you're trying to like get the coastal in there, but you also want the farmhouse because it's definitely neutral enough.
It really plays well with whites too. Whites really soften it up.
That's in the DIY line. If you want to use Sweet Pickins, then I would suggest pantry door. Well, pantry door is kind of green, so maybe Sweetie Jane. I don't know. Actually, I say DIY apothecary. I really think you'll be happy with that, and then I want to repaint your bed. I think white is very coastal farmhouse. All right, okay, wrap it up. Love the pun, even though I didn't mean to. Did I make a pun?
I don't know.
Oh, wrapping paper. Wrap it up. That was good. All right, we love you guys. We'll be live again on, will we be live? Yeah, you'll be back. So Saturday night, we'll be live again. And I'll tell you all guys about the market. So if you're local to Utah on Saturday at Molly's Forget-Me-Not from 10 to 5, we're doing a outdoor vintage market. We have outside vendors coming in. And I'm going to have lots of fun stuff for sale there. I will be there at least until 12 or 1 o'clock on Saturday. I probably won't be there all day. But when we come on Saturday night, I'll tell you how it went. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Pray for no rain during our market because that will make it messy. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Oh, and if you want to use the paint that we used today or the liquid patina, go to JamiRayVintage.com And share the video, subscribe, and click the notifications. Did I miss anything?
No, I think that's everything.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Have a good evening.
How do I end this?
You hit the X.
Oh, I hit the X.
And then you hit